Hey guys, another episode of Alamo Wealth Builders here, Think and Act Wealthy series. Your host, Justin Kane. Today I'm going to be going over none other than the rotten, dirty, no good penetration. Yeah. No. Uh, oh, I get the joke. Nope. Proliferation. Okay, so this is what we're going to go on. So, market penetration. You can't be somebody if nobody knows who you are. What do you offer? What's important about you, and why should I be interested? Luckily, becoming known is not a science, but more of an art. And it can be as simple as introducing yourself and what you do. So, getting out of your comfort zone, speaking to people. When you're standing in line at the grocery store, meet who's in front of you, meet who's in behind you, meet the cashier, meet the managers that you bump into, and everybody that you run into, you should be meeting them, shaking them hand, and giving them your business card. Honestly, if you really want to cut down on the meat of it, get out of your comfort zone, say hi to everybody. So, do you recognize any of these known companies and people? McDonald's, Amazon, Herbalife, World Ventures, Amway. You remember these from the Super Bowl halftime show? You remember this guy right here, Tony Robbins? What about this guy, Hannibal Lecter, Hitler? Do you guys remember this? So it doesn't. You don't have to be a good person to be famous, to be well known. It has nothing to do with it. What market penetration is, or being known, or being famous, whatever word you want to name it, what that really means is how many people know of you. Period. It's that simple. Let's talk about markets. So, you've got your SEO, all right? Getting known on the internet. How do people find you? When they search you up in Google, are you going to be the top ranking search item? Billboards. So, one of my properties actually has a billboard, and for a minute there, I didn't have anybody occupying my duplex, so I actually used my billboard space to advertise the fact that this property is vacant. And it was not vacant for long. TV. TV is everywhere. Now, people are watching their phones more now than they watch their TVs, but still, it's still a part of everyone's lives. Radio advertising. Yes, people listen to radio. It's still important. Any way you can get yourself out there. Okay. I had a promotion on the silver screen. So when you'd go to the local dollar cinemas, or the affordable cinemas, you would have my advertisement there, and I paid for that space. The reason being is because, for what I was doing, I was targeting a demographic that typically, if they wanted to enjoy a night out, they couldn't afford a full price ticket for their family, so they'd go to these more affordable cinemas. And so, of course, that's just kind of the strategy, the savvy that you need to be in as an entrepreneur. And then how do you apply that to your target audience, and how do you get known? Online ads. So you can actually purchase online advertisements. Targeting is a big deal now. Social media targeting, advertisements through Facebook, Pinterest. It's everywhere. Just get out there, get known. But if you don't have the money to pay for advertisements, then just get on some social media and start advertising yourself. It's free. It just takes time for you to build some pages, get on canva.com, create an account, and create some beautiful little artworks and posters and flyers and print ads and things like that, and create yourself and get out there and do it. Um, it's just the name of the beast, and proliferation is it. You've got to get out there and proliferate, okay? Now, if online's not your thing, local meetups. There's tons. Meetup.com. There's so many different meetups for you to get out there and get known and introduce yourself to people. Then you have local events. Now, I don't recommend these to start with because they do cost money, and typically it's almost, a lot of them are like almost a cult where, it's just like everyone goes because it's just a following instead of any progression, if that makes sense. So you might be blending into the crowd on that aspect. But maybe hosting an event, getting on stage, that's different. Now you're the focus, you're the focal point of the whole shebang bang. Campaigns, yes, this is an actual Burger King campaign that they released. It's just getting out there, getting people. The when advertisements started to change, especially for like Cartoon Network, where it was really like almost made you say, I can't believe they showed that on TV. That started to change in the late 90s and the early 2000s. And now we've got any way that you can jolt people, that any way you can kind of be a cattle prod and be like, "Bah, I got you." That's how you get in people's minds. Whether you create a jingle, whether you have a slogan, whether you create something visual that just stays with a person. Okay, so the Burger King commercial released a Whopper saying that there's no preservatives, so it grows mold. I mean, I don't know how far that'll get with you, but whatever. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then it's just a failed campaign. Try something else. Another campaign. What if you're running for office? What if you're going for public service? I mean, getting in front of people like that is another form of campaign that you could do for yourself. Media, getting in front of a news station is perfect. Great exposure for you, your company, or your service. Also, I mean, look, it looks like they're about to have a grand opening. If you're hosting grand opening and doing something that's worthy of being advertised, of getting the media involved, of getting news stations involved, getting local journalists, local publicists, whoever, that's great. Write about us. Introduce them to some of your services and let them take a test ride so they can write about it, get exposure for you. And then you have mobile signs. If you can afford it, print on the side of a giant bus that moves around the city. Mailers, I'm pretty sure you've gotten some of these in the mail. Yellow letters, right? These work. Postcards. And then you can get emailers where, you send the same thing but to your email audience. Education, so kind of like what I'm doing here. I mean, you guys probably have seen a few of these episodes and wondered, why am I putting the time and effort into doing this if I'm not getting any money from it? Well, it's because I get exposure. You guys watch it, you guys learn, you guys realize, like, okay, well, maybe I'd like to do business with that guy, or maybe I'd like to learn some more. Just, doing what you can to get that exposure is what is important. Tony Robbins, I mean, it's just the iconic, self-help guru that everyone thinks about, but, he got himself out there, he got exposed, and he's become world famous because of it. I don't think I need to say any more about these two. So it was, getting in entertainment like they did, become a musician, get in front of a stage, get in front of theatrics, go to your local improv, do what you can do. And then maybe even run for office, I mean, look at Bernie friggin' Sanders. The dude's never owned a business. He's never been worth anything. He's never had a real job. He's never had a career. He's, tapped into welfare. He's broke. And he's been into politics for 30 years. But everybody knows who he is, and he's running for the most powerful chair in the world. So it can be done. It's just, you got to put the effort into making it happen. And then, if all else fails, sign flipping. Okay, so I've broken this down for you guys between free and what costs money, all right? So let's start with the free. Obviously, you can do social media. Just get on that tonight. Start doing that for yourself. Local meetups, get out there, get on meetup.com and start introducing yourself to local people, and those are free usually. Or media. You can get onto the news, or you can get in front of these event holders or Facebook groups where they do these media kind of things and ask to be on their little podcasts. There's ways of getting out there. Grand openings, emailers, door knocking, of course. That wasn't what I had spoken on the last page, but door knocking is obviously a way for you to introduce yourself to homeowners. Education, entertainment, you can do that for free. Power place, and go for office. You could do that. It doesn't cost money to go for a small district, something or rather. On the money side, SEO, online ads, billboards, obviously TV, campaigns, radio, silver screen events, mobile signs, mailers, and sign flippers. Okay, so just any way you can expose yourself. If you can maximize both free and money, do it. Brick and mortar. So brick and mortar companies typically going to run social media, targeted ads, media for news stations for their grand openings and their promotions, run incentive programs, local ads, billboards, and mobile. Okay. Online and viral is typically going to also do social media, targeted ads, media, incentive programs, meetups, events, and education. And then you've got your portfolio holders who will run blogs and vlogs and write about what they've, are doing, or um, traveling, and then they got education, because of course they've probably, if they're holding a portfolio, they've probably been through a lot to earn that money to hold that portfolio. And they're probably also holding events or being a part of events, meetups, social media, inner circles, masterminds. Okay, those typically inner groups of bigger marketing groups, to where they can get their foot in because they've got the money and the access to do so. All right, so let's talk about the big elephant in the room: real estate. Okay, free driving for dollars. If you ever seen this D for dollar sign thing online, that's driving for dollars. Okay, door knocking, free. Social media, meetups, emailers, signs, auctions, free lists, code, free lists, code, pre-foreclosure, probate, etc. You can go downtown and get those lists, or you can go online to your local counties and get the list sometimes. And then, of course, media. Cost, source lists, so you can get on listsource.com and just download the list and then start setting out your mailers, and you got your acquisition team that can focus on that. And then you've got your local online targeted ads, okay, that can reinforce and back your acquisition team when they go out and get these properties under contract and meet with the sellers. And then you've got your skip tracing for anything that doesn't fall back, or make it through, and then you can skip trace, find more leads, and then get your acquisition team back on it. And then you've got billboards and mobile marketing if you're bigger and you can afford it. Then you've got these events, if you've got a group of people that can afford it, and silver screen radio and TV if you can afford it, of course. But the first half of those costs definitely will get you started up to skip tracing, and you can probably do that very soon. All right, so what are you waiting for? Get out there and start shaking hands, get in front of cameras, and introduce yourself to every person and animal you come across, okay? There's me, there's my son, all right? This is a fantastic place to go. Texas Ski and Ranch, if you ever gone there, it's up towards San Marcos. It's just, I love it. So here's us, all right? If you ever bump into us, say hi, say hello, introduce yourself. If you haven't been to any of these connections before, please visit them. Give this video a like, share it to your friends, to your family, to anybody you think that it might benefit, and then leave some comments if you have any questions or concerns, or if you just want to tell me that I suck. I'm okay with that too. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you on the next one.